Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your August 2025 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with an oracle card to get a sense of the energy for you for August. Never-ending story. All right. Something has you bothered, and something has you stuck. Either in a situation, physically, right? In a dead-end job, dead-end relationship, something like that. Or, two, it can be a narrative, a never-ending story that you're telling yourself. So let's see if we can dive in a little deeper with some messages from our prepared tarot. All right, so we have the Six of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Judgment, Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Swords. All right, Sagittarius, we have some heavy cards here, so let's talk about it. The first card that I'm drawn to because of this message, never-ending story, is the Four of Cups. Because the Four of Cups to me is definitely your energy. You're feeling like, here we go again. Here's another cup coming my way. It's not what I asked for. It's not what I wanted. This is my never-ending story. When am I going to get a break? When is the tide going to shift for me? When are things going to change? And that is what I'm feeling from you. Now, we've got some heavy cards, both positive and not so much. But since I started with the Four of Cups, I can't help but talk about my favorite card. One of my ultimate favorite cards is the Ace of Cups, which is an emotionally fulfilling card. And this means that you are so overwhelmed with joy and emotions that your cup literally is runneth over. This is divine gifts coming your way from the hand of God, right? This is a spiritual connection. There's a cellist, communion cellist with the bird of peace and a host. So this is definitely divine endowment coming your way. And what's required from you, though, we'll talk about in the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is a reckoning. It's the truth. It's what you are required to do in order to accept this invitation from Archangel Gabriel coming with a message for you. And by the way, the Eight of Wands is a message, and we'll get to that in a minute. I know I'm jumping around, but I see a connection here with the story. So the Judgment is asking you to surrender, to release this narrative, this never-ending story, to abandon this thought process, this mindset, this energetic positioning and posturing, because it's not going to get you to the Ace of Cups. And by the way, the Four of Cups, you see, you're sitting at the same level. Your arms are crossed, your legs are, you're closed off. Your body language, you're disinterested, you're bored with it, disgusted with it, whatever you want to say, you are not having it. And I might add that you're not looking in this cup. So you really don't know what's in that cup yet, because you're already in the mindset of a never-ending story. Oh boy, another cup, something else coming my way. Just put it with the rest of them. And you're not even looking in it. So what I want to say is, offers that come your way, because you see this is the hand of God, Ace of Cups, filled with glory and divine endowment and gifts and serendipity moments and beautiful, prosperous opportunities for a glowing life. right? That's what we kind of get from that illustration. You don't know if it's a smaller version of that. You don't know. Because this hand's coming from a cloud too. So don't be quick to dismiss things. Don't get discouraged when you see opportunities coming your way. You have the obligation, certainly, of at least looking into something before turning it down or dismissing it. Because I'm not saying that every offer comes your way, it has to be accepted. I'm not. What I'm saying is you need to investigate it or look into it and to, properly receive it instead of just being closed off from it. That's what I'm saying. So the Judgment card really is your call of action. It's your last call. If you want this cycle to end, the Judgment card says this is your last call. This is your spiritual awakening. This is for you to release, to surrender all the things that you are unable to move past. You were tied up here. This Eight of Swords shows a self-imposed sort of isolation. You put yourself in a position where you're tied up. You're unable to move on, right? And you have your blindfold on. You're unable to move. But it's really all because of what has happened in the past. And you're a little frightened by what is around the corner. So this is a lack of faith. It's fear. It's doubt. And you're going to have to learn or find a way to release this fear, this doubt, this uncertainty, this anxiousness, right? This lack of fear, to take the next step and say, yes, I surrender it. This is my karma. I don't want it anymore. I want to ascend. I accept your invitation and I'm ready. But you have to be ready to receive this. So let's go back to the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups did show you walking away from something. Now, this card up here, the Six of Cups, is your past. And the past indicates people from your past, places from your past. So it can be relationships, familial, it can be friends, it can be associates, it can be business, it can be school, whatever that is for you. There was something in the past that has really caused this discordant energy, this chaos, this battle, right? You were embroiled in a relationship, in a connection of something that really just always felt like a battle. It didn't feel right. And the reason it wasn't right is because you were meant to move on from it. You were meant to walk away from it, to move to a different vista, to grow, to, take a chance. And I get that all of us cannot just go and take chances. I mean, it takes, we have families and we have kids in school and, it's money and what am I going to do for a job? And I get the logistics of things, but I'm talking on an emotional level right now, and I'm talking about what you feed your head, because this is what this is. Never-ending story is what you're feeding your head. You're not, you don't have another narrative going on right now, and you must, if you want to attract this energy, you must become this energy. Because you're just going to attract more of the same, more of the never-ending story. So this Eight of Wands coming in is really special because this is, to me, Mercury flying in. And we know that Mercury's moving direct on the 11th. And Mercury is moving direct in the 9th house. That's kind of your natal house. That's where you're comfortable. That's your house, Sagittarius. That's the house of spirituality, philosophy, higher learning, travel, education, new people, new vistas, new places. It's coming your way. So this never-ending story is false. We've got Mercury coming in fast on the 11th, moving forward. It's in Leo right now, meaning it lands in your 9th house of adventure. This is Jupiter's house, your ruler. And I just want to draw one more thing here. Jupiter and Venus are meeting up in Cancer on the 11th, and this is a lucky conjunction. This is a conjunction like no other. It's like the two luckiest planets, Venus and Jupiter, which is your ruler, meet up, and it's going to be in other people's money, which are intimate connections and loans, debts, endowments, maybe even divine endowments with the Judgment card, right? We're talking about inheritances. We're talking about financial vehicles. We're talking about big money. We're talking about life-changing opportunities coming your way. Ace of Cups, I told you, one of my most favorite cup, because it talks about emotionally fulfilled. It is spiritual, it is financial, it is emotional. You will literally have your cup runneth over. Is all you have to do is believe it and release the sorrow and the sadness and this pain that you've been enduring. So feed your head love, abundance, prosperity, and divine endowment. Claim your inheritance, your spiritual inheritance, Sagittarius. Your luck is about ready to change. I hope it resonated. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.